Hello everyone, greetings from the Midwest on the banks of the Missouri River. This is a companion video for parents of children who want to do the project of making a snowflake. The video is a companion to the book I read called Snow. With each book, there's vocabulary words for you to practice, there's sentences for you to practice, and there's a project that you can do with your child as well. With this project that goes with this book is we're going to make a snowflake. What you need to do is take a piece of copier paper, because it's thin, it used to be known as typing paper, fold it in half, cut that little bit of extra off so you have a square. Now is the cutting part, and this is the most difficult part. Preschoolers have a difficult time cutting because they have to use these fingers. Mostly the fingers are used for this, and sometimes it's just this on their tablets and their phones, so they don't develop those muscles quite as much. So cutting is important. Do make sure that you're sitting with your child at a table with a nice large area open in front of you on the top of the table, and anything that is within their reach. Well, how about if you don't have anything within their reach, and make sure they're sitting down, because the scissors, the temptation to cut some curtains or a tablecloth is very, very tempting. So just do this project anyway. Sit with your child, relax, and enjoy the time with them. And it should take anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, depending on their attention span. So you have your paper, you fold it in half. Then you fold it into thirds, is how I like to do it with the preschool kids. You might have a more advanced way. The reason I fold it into thirds is because all snowflakes have 3 sides. And I fold it flat because then the littler kids, we tell them, cut on this side, and this side. And then this will be kind of a fringe. Oop, dropped it. Now, if you have older children, they will tell you that you need to fold it with the corner folded over. Did I get it right? Yep, I got it right. There we go. Because you need to have, you'll have that point. So this is the center of your snowflake. And then when you cut, you'll actually cut through several layers. And the reason I don't fold it this way with younger children is because it's very, very thick and it's difficult to cut. But you never know, your kids, they might be okay being able to do it like this. And if you want to do additional, one more fold, you can do that as well. Just remember, true snowflakes always have 6 sides. And then you start cutting. So for scissors, these are the preferred school scissors, pretty basic. Adult scissors, not for your kids, because they only see what they're cutting right there. They do not think about what this could be cutting, and they might end up getting real close to their shirt and end up cutting something on the shirt. If you want to get fancy, you can use some textured scissors, which I use those. Oh, you can't even tell. Oh, this one you can tell a little bit. I used some of the textured scissors on there just for something different. It was kind of fun. And it's okay if your child has difficulty cutting. Then scale it back a little bit. Go back to just cutting this along the fold, or just cutting the outside edges and making that all fancy. And if they cut it into 1,000 little pieces, that's okay too, because it's the voyage. It's getting there is what is important, not the end product. And I know it's difficult to understand because we all want to be the parent who has the child that does the beautiful artwork, and the one who's very, very advanced and learns to read first, and the first kid in preschool learns to write their name, and they're writing letters and words, and they're only 4. I understand that because I was that way too until I learned more about the psychology behind having a child and how important that the time with your child is, and how you want to develop perseverance in your child. You want them to learn to try again and again and again, even if they fail. So it's actually better if your child does fail and you're there with them, holding their hand, walking them through it, talking to them. That's more important. So don't get wrapped around having that end product. It's getting there. It's the trip. So if you have to, just fold it in half and then start cutting. And then more advanced, you can do a few little extra cuts and then start cutting on the folds and make a nice snowflake, like some of them that I made here. Now, when your finished product is complete, I know I said that the product is not important, but you have to hang that up. You have to display it somewhere. And if they want to make more, let them make more. If you end up with your refrigerator and your windows and your doors and your walls are full of snowflakes, so be it. You are the parent of a child. Because what is important is the time they spent and the time you spent with them, working with them and making those snowflakes. That is so important. Because think of it this way. You have your child right now, sitting with your child or children. That minute that just passed, like at the beginning of this video, it's gone. Your child has already grown a little bit. That time has already passed. So you only have right now, this minute. Your child is only this age on this day. So think of it that way. So enjoy being self-quarantined and do some fun projects with your child. Now let's talk about feelings. What if your child is upset? Because I can't do this, I can't cut it. And they wrinkle it and they want to throw it and they're, oh, I can't do this. It's okay because you're there with your child. This is a perfect opportunity to talk about feelings. Feelings are really important. Acknowledge their feelings. I know you're frustrated. I see how frustrated you are. I see how angry you are that your cutting isn't working right. And tell them that it's okay. It's okay to have those strong feelings if they're crying. That you get angry and frustrated too. And find an example. I mean, I know you can find a family member who was frustrated with something. Grandparent, aunt, uncle, you. Tell them a story of when someone was frustrated and then what they did to overcome that frustration. Because what you are building in your child is perseverance. That ability to keep trying again and again and again when they really don't want to. Good luck. I know it's tough. And have fun. Have fun making snowflakes. Enjoy it. And then go back and reread my book again as many times as you want, over and over and over again. I'm Teacher Kimberly. See you next time.